Paul, I want to take sort of a 35,000-foot look, if we can, at college football 2 weeks into the season. And I will just ask you some big-picture questions. Which team have you been most impressed by so far?
Really impressed by Oklahoma. Baker Mayfield moves on. Kyler Murray comes in. And they look similar. Now, they lost their top running back this week, and that could hurt them as we move forward. But I am so impressed with what they've done. They haven't played great opponents, but they did beat UCLA and Chip Kelly, and they looked really good doing it.
Is it possible that Bob Stoops, who is probably a Hall of Fame coach someday, that he left and they got better? Is it possible they got better?
They look more explosive. And again, Lincoln Riley was coaching the offense. I think Stoops had served his time, but Lincoln Riley is a coach that keep your eye on, not only in college football, but the NFL. I think we'll watch him as well.
All right, so that's on the positive side of things. How about on the negative side? Which coach do you think is sitting on the hottest seat in the country right now?
There are a lot of choices, and I don't think he's in danger of getting fired, but he's in danger of losing credibility. That's Tom Herman. Tom Herman's at Texas. That's a place that should be good, and they haven't been. And he's lost to Maryland 2 years in a row. He has a critical game this week against an average Southern Cal team. Remember, Tom Herman was Urban Meyer's offensive coordinator when they won the title in 2014. He was the hottest coach in the country, and he has been underwhelming in Austin so far.
Why? I don't understand this. Texas feels like a program that has the resources, has the ability to be Alabama, to be what Ohio State is right now. So why aren't they?
Well, recruiting went okay, but he's got another problem, and I think recruiting is where it starts. Suddenly, Jimbo Fisher is in that state, and Jimbo Fisher is beating him in the state of Texas, and that is a nasty problem for Tom Herman.
And I have one more question. What is the most underrated subplot in college football right now?
The most underrated subplot is the constant conversation about what we just got through talking about. Who's on the hot seat? I was asked yesterday, is Kevin someone on the hot seat after 2 games? Greeny, that's the water I swim in. It's pretty toxic. But I think we get to a point, because of social media, because of an overreaction to everything, that it's a little early to do stuff like that.
And very quickly, is Hugh Freeze going to get another job?
Eventually. Hugh Freeze, of course, who fell from Ole Miss. The program was hit on probation. But don't forget, Ole Miss defended him on that. He got fired because telephone records showed he was calling an escort service. He was unable to go back to work this year. Nick Saban wanted to hire him as an offensive analyst. The conference would not let him. I think he'll get a job at it. But what I love is that college football, which is so hypocritical, suddenly has a conscience when it comes to a man who used an escort service. I'm not condoning it. I know you wouldn't. But at some point, he's a good football coach, and bigger creeps are walking the streets of college football.
No, the selective level of justice in that is interesting. Paul Finebaum, fabulous as always.